Live from Connecticut News Leader, this is NBC30 Connecticut News at 11.
The winter blast rolls on tonight as we take a live look right now at conditions in Waterbury. Good evening, everybody. I'm Keisha Grant. Blizzard-like conditions blanketing the state tonight. It's the second phase of the season's first major snowstorm. Take a live look right now at New Haven from the camera atop our studio on the green. The lingering storm has kept plow drivers and the DOT busy for more than 35 hours, and it's not over yet. Police and emergency crews have responded to hundreds of accidents, including a rolled-over passenger bus on I-91. And no doubt you've done your share of this that we're going to show you in a little while, shoveling plenty of sore backs tonight. Hard work made a lot easier with a shovel, of course. There we go. We've got live team coverage across Connecticut tonight, beginning with meteorologist Art Horn. Art.
All right, Keisha, the storm now up to its 36th hour in New Haven, or 32nd, I should say, but it will be 36 before the night is out. Let's take a look at some pictures from the northern part of the state. Look at Windsor Locks. I mean, it is just blowing and snowing like crazy. I mean, that picture defines a snowstorm. You can see the cleanup crews in the background there trying to move things around. Let's go to Storm Tracker radar and put this into motion. Over the last hour, you can see the waves of snow areas moving actually from northeast to southwest. So the storm is sort of, in a sense, backing in. We're really getting the back part of the storm, and that is going to be pretty significant. To the weather maps we go, and we can see that the storm system itself is right over Nantucket Island at this time. So we're getting the moisture coming in from the Atlantic and then pivoting around the back side of the storm. And this storm is not really going to go anywhere for the next 12 hours or so. So we're going to continue to see that feed of precipitation in the form of snow come around the backside of the storm. How much has fallen? 11 inches Litchfield, 15 New Milford, 14 Danbury, 13 Southbury, 8 Milford, 13 at Greenwich, 10 at North Canaan, just 6 at Windsor Locks, only about 5 to 6 in the Hartford area, but Meriden 12, Groton 7, Norwich 6.5, Storrs 6.5. It's this area through here that had the big hole in the storm earlier, so they really didn't get quite as much as they could have. During the day tomorrow, the storm system from Nantucket will slowly move to the east through the day, so we'll have some snow in the morning, mainly light. And then as the day goes on, we may actually see a little sun before late in the day. And over in Foxborough, for the game over there, it is going to be snowing, windy, and very cold. So we're not quite done with this thing yet. We'll talk about the final accumulations coming up in a few minutes. Keisha.
All right, thanks a lot. It is tough going out there on the roads tonight. State police reporting hundreds of accidents. NBC30's Annie Rourke has been braving the storm all night long. She's live in Windsor Locks now with more on people who actually want to be out in the elements tonight. Annie.
Well, Keisha, I can't decide which is worse, if it's the snow or the wind, but I guess it's really the combination of it right now. I want to show you how much it is whipping out here. We're in Windsor Locks. This is a shot of how much the snow is just whipping out here with that wind. It is coming horizontally right now, so it's very bad visibility for drivers. It is really hard to see. We want to show you what the roads look like. Any number of plows have come down this road since we have been here, but they just simply cannot keep up with all of this accumulation. It is very slippery out here. People are skidding. They are spinning out. It is really bad conditions. But as you said, Keisha, amazingly, we were able to find people willing to go out in this mess, in this big blizzard. The reason, because for all of this, it means that a lot of money is to be made.
1 minute, please.
Calls are coming in fast and furiously at Paparoni's on Main Street in Windsor Locks.
At least twice as busy, yeah. We've got 5 drivers running, taking about 3 to 4 deliveries at a pop.
It seems a blizzard is good for business, at least the pizza delivery business. They're working overtime trying to keep up with the demand.
Yeah, actually, we even had the lights go out one night at a storm, and we had working with flashlights.
At Bradley Bowl, a surprising number of cars for a stormy winter night.
No, snow didn't keep me away at all.
These brave souls ventured out to watch the Professional Bowlers Association Tour Championship. Pros are still practicing and the fans still watching, ignoring the ice and snow accumulating outside.
Yeah, there was a lot of people here today. Not as many as it should have been. I think it could have been a better turnout if it wasn't for the snow.
But the big bucks are really in snow removal. NBC 30 rode along with Dave Wong as he made his regular rounds.
Yeah, every winter. Same 3 or 4 guys.
He's not in it for the money, just helping his friends, like Tom Powers, who recently retired. Still, it's a little extra cash coming in from the cold.
I don't do this for a living, and I just do it on my off hours when it really needs it. It started out that I bought an original truck with a plow and for my own driveway.
But of course, anyone with a 4-wheel drive and a plow on the front of their truck is in very high demand in a night like this. Again, the roads are really not good right now. We probably have about 8 to 10 inches of snow out here at this point. I can't really quite tell, but anyway, it is too much on the roads, and the plows again are out really in full force, but it is not making that much difference on the roads. They are really still very slippery, very icy. You can see that car there is having some trouble as they pulled away from the drive there, and that has been the case all night long, even with 4-wheel drives. So unless you really have to go out, it's best just to stay home tonight and stay warm and dry. We're live in Windsor Locks. Annie Rourke, NBC 30 Connecticut News. Keisha, back to you.
Great advice, Annie. Thanks a lot. So just how rough is the commute out there? Well, a busload of people found out the hard way in North Haven. Take a look at the scene this morning, moments after snowy roads caused this bus to flip over on its side. It happened on I-91 southbound between exits 9 and 10. State police telling NBC 30 8 people suffered minor injuries in that accident. We'll have much more on driving conditions around the state in just a few minutes. The snow still causing plenty of travel problems out on the roads and in the skies. Take a look at the scene right now at Bradley Airport. As you can see, not much activity, not much of anything except for snow at all. This is how it looked a little earlier in the day as planes lined up for de-icing to try and take off in the wintry weather. It was a lot of waiting around for passengers on more than 100 flights canceled today due to the weather. Airport operations telling NBC 30 tonight 75% of tomorrow's outgoing flights are already canceled. If you do have air travel plans, be sure to call your airline for the latest updates. Well, if you park on city streets of Hartford during this storm, it's going to cost you. 2 tow trucks are out in full force tonight towing cars who break the parking ban. If your car does get hauled off, here's what Hartford police say you should do. Head over to police headquarters on Jennings Road. Now, in order to get your car, you'll need to show your driver's license, then hand over $67 for the towing fee and another $99 on top of that, all in cash. If you're not too sure where your car is, call the department's teleserve unit at the number on your screen, 860-527-7300, extension 5660 or extension 5664. All on-street parking is banned in Hartford until 8 a.m. Monday. Connecticut isn't the only state getting hit by blizzard-like conditions. The nation's northeast and mid-Atlantic states are getting hammered as well. Michelle Franzen has that story from New York City.
New Yorkers made the best of the season's first major snowstorm, taking to the ice in Rockefeller Center and braving the cold in Central Park. But for some, the double snowstorm that moved up the East Coast made for a working weekend.
This is now a second job, so hey, I'm doing what I can do.
How long will you be out today?
Probably until tomorrow night. If they're saying 18 inches, you know, gotta keep these places open.
Blizzard conditions whipped snow from Pittsburgh to New York to parts of New England. Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour or higher made for a miserable walk.
It's tough. It's very windy, so I'm getting it right in the forehead here.
Visibility in some areas was as little as a quarter of a mile. It caused flight cancellations at airports and stranded travelers.
Did you get that?
Roadways became sheets of ice. In Brooklyn, a car skidded off the road and over a bridge rail into a canal. The driver and passenger made it out and were taken to the hospital for evaluation. In Connecticut, a tour bus overturned. Fortunately, no one was injured. The wintry mix, a big mess to some, was a welcome wonderland to others.
I think snow is awesome. Anybody who doesn't love the snow is a wimp.
And there's a lot to love. This snowstorm could bring a total of 2 feet by the end of the weekend. In New York, Michelle Franzen, NBC News.
News of a flu vaccine shortage creating a nationwide scramble for shots. Check it out, standing room only at this doctor's office in Atlanta, Georgia. And it was a similar scene at clinics in Colorado and California. Right now, the Centers for Disease Control are labeling the flu outbreak as widespread in 13 states. That's just one stage below the epidemic level. Doctors say there's still plenty of a more expensive inhaled version of the flu vaccine, but it's only available to people between the ages of 5 and 49. And to find a flu shot clinic near you, you can call the Lung Association, the number on your screen, 1-888-NO2-FLU. Also tonight, a startling discovery following a U.S. air raid in Afghanistan. An A-10 fighter jet hit a site just south of Ghazni today where a known terrorist was believed to be hiding. When a team on the ground reached the site, they found the bodies of the intended as well as 9 children. Investigators are heading to the scene to find out who was at fault. A coalition spokesperson says tonight the military regrets the loss of innocent life.
Can I get a picture with you, sir? Why not? Here we go.
Why not? Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld in Iraq tonight. He met with troops in Kirkuk while checking on the progress of coalition forces in the region. Commanders told Rumsfeld more aggressive tactics to curb attacks on U.S. personnel appears to be working. This is Rumsfeld's second trip to Iraq in the past 4 months, but it is his first trip to Kirkuk, the center of Iraq's northern oil industry. He says he did not kidnap her. That word from the public defender representing the man accused of kidnapping a North Dakota college student. In an interview with MSNBC, David Dusick says his client, convicted rapist Alfonso Rodriguez, claims he had nothing to do with the disappearance of Drew Shadeen. Also tonight, media outlets are asking a judge to unseal evidence in the case, and prosecutors have now dropped their objection to that request, saying they want to clear up what they describe as some misinformation. An emotional day in court as the defense rests in the manslaughter trial of South Dakota Congressman Bill Janklow. Janklow cried on the stand while talking about the man he's accused of killing. He says he can't remember anything about that August crash that killed a 55-year-old motorcyclist. The defense claims Janklow, a diabetic, was suffering from low blood sugar at the time and blacked out. Closing arguments are expected on Monday. And stay with us. We have much more ahead.
I'm Andrew Pergam. Our team coverage of the storm continues. We are covering this from every angle, including what people from New York and Massachusetts are both saying about our roadways. They have one thing in common. I'll have that coming up in a live report when we take you to the roads.
Some updated snowfall totals from around the state and what to expect for the rest of the night and tomorrow. That's all ahead.
And take a live look right now at the wintry view from our Skycam 30 network in New Haven as the snow continues to fall. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Subaru of New England's year-end clearance. Now get 0% financing on all Subaru models and up to $2,000 customer cash back. Plus, special factory-to-dealer incentives make this the time to buy a new Subaru. Subaru, America's #1 selling all-wheel drive vehicle. Subaru of New England's year-end clearance ends January 2nd, 2004. For details and a list of local Subaru dealers, go to newenglandsubaru.com.
I went to pick up her uncle. She said he was short, white hat.
Short? Come on, Uncle Pillsbury Doughboy?
I never met him.
I should have sent you a picture, but this camera phone thing's just too complicated.
Here, Sprint made picture mail right. It's easy to take and send pictures anywhere in their complete wireless network because they built it from the ground up.
Thanks.
May I?
Everyone else does.
Now get 2 PCS Vision picture phones for $149.98. PCS from Sprint.
Here's a question. If you needed your insurance, who would you call? Not the name of the company, but the name of the person. You've got 2 seconds. Coming up blank, you may want to consider Allstate. You'd have a local agent you can count on, a licensed professional whose name you know, not just a number. You deserve a relationship with a real person. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
The snow continues to blanket Connecticut as you take a live look right now from our Skycam 30 network in New London. A dangerous combination of poor visibility and slick roads has state police urging people to stay indoors tonight. Have a look for yourself from our Skycam 30 network right now in Waterbury. The roads covered in a slippery blanket of snow. NBC 30's Andrew Pergam live in Meriden with the latest on the road conditions. Andrew.
Hi, Keisha. Not good. That's the bottom line of these road conditions. It's only been within about the last hour and a half that the snow has really started coming down here, and the winds, of course, picking up. And you can see behind me some of the main roads here in town are passable. This is East Main Street in Meriden, but also I-91. You can see over my shoulder here. That is also, we've been going up and down, of course, all night long, and it is passable, but not entirely clear. Now, the DOT does have a full contingent of plows and sanders out there, 632 of them in all, plus 200 on standby private contractors. They've been going around the clock as long as this storm continues, and they'll continue to. Now, at DOT garages all over the state, they've been loading those sanders. And one thing we've heard from a lot of people, however, from all over, especially those coming in from New York or from Massachusetts, is that those states are really down to the pavement, but not so here in Connecticut. They have not seen so many as clear roads. It's been a real slushy, slippery surface that they're left to contend with. And, of course, that means accidents. We've seen a number of those all over the state. There was one right down the road here on 691 in Meriden earlier tonight, a head-on collision, only minor injuries in that. 330-plus accidents the state police have been covering, and that's just within the last 24 to 36 hours. But, of course, they are continuing to monitor this, and we've seen a number of cars spun out and people disabled on the side of the road. You're looking at I-91 over my left shoulder. You can see it is passable, but people are heeding that advice to stay indoors if you can. If you do not need to be out, please do not. That's, of course, what the state police and the DOT are urging you to do so they can get to those roads. For now, reporting live in Meriden, I'm Andrew Pergam, NBC 30 Connecticut News. Keisha?
Andrew, thank you for that update. Still ahead, the snow making it tough for some high school footballers. That story coming up.
And I'll be back to tell you what to expect tomorrow morning. That and a look at the week ahead, see if there's any more storms in our future.
People's Bank brings you dependability.
I've known People's Bank since she was born. I started with a checking account. So I could get diapers. And then I got a mortgage from People's. So I could get my own room. And then I opened a college savings plan at People's. So I could have fun. And get an education. Oh, dear.
Can you depend on your financial partner year after year? Turn to the experts at People's. Financial guidance from someone you know and trust. People's Bank.
Shopping for your wife?
Yeah, after what happened last year, I need to get her something really nice.
Thank you, sweetie. Ta-da!
What? You think I'm fat?
No.
You know, we've got a lot of great gift ideas. Movies, digital cameras, plasma TVs.
Plasma. They're thin, right?
Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. Best Buy.
Do you have the right truck?
Hi, black coffee to go.
Does your truck have better resale value than Ford and Dodge? A Silverado half-ton pickup does.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, is this your truck? What's it going for?
What do you mean, what's it going for?
Let me make you an offer.
It's not for sale.
Right here, it's for sale.
It's not for sale.
Silverado, it's the right truck from Chevy.
I still don't have a gift for Frank.
This holiday season, Lowe's is the place for tools. Lowe's has the largest selection of DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Skill Power tools in the country, including the widest and latest selection of power tools from Hitachi.
Hitachi 18-volt cordless combo kit.
Would my husband like it?
You bet he would. And Lowe's has low prices every day, guaranteed.
How did you know?
Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Use your Lowe's card and pay nothing until January 2005 on all purchases of $2.99 or more.
I'm loving it. It's that time of year, go block to block, spreading holiday cheer. The stage is set, the stars, the moon. Problem is, I can't carry a tune.
Stop by McDonald's and get a musical holiday plush toy for just $2.99 with any purchase.
McDonald's, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.
NBC 30 Connecticut News is brought to you in part by General Motors.
Well, so much to talk about tonight, Art. I'm going to let you take it right away.
And so little time.
Yes.
Well, let's go right at it. Let's take a look at our storm tracker radar. Look at this thing. This thing is more coverage of snowfall on this thing than there was at 6 o'clock. That's because we're getting the storm to strengthen off of the east, and it's rotating moisture back over us. Out the window, we'll take a look around the state. First, we'll start in Waterbury, where the snow has been coming down steadily through the day and through the night, trekking down the coast to New Haven. And we can see here along the water that the winds are still blowing. The snow is whipping around. Traffic, well, there doesn't seem to be much of it along 95. There's one car. And to the east we go to New London, where it's been a very snowy evening, blowing hard. Up the coast, we'll go inland to Windsor Locks, where it has really been wild tonight. It's been blowing and snowing. This is a great shot showing the American flag blowing in the snow with the light behind it. It has just been near blizzard conditions up there. Right now, 25 degrees in Windsor Locks, north wind at 17 miles an hour, barometer 29.72 and steady, the humidity 100%. Now, updated totals of snowfall. Now a report at the Killingly area of a foot of snow there. Putnam just came in with 10 inches, Groton 7, a foot at Meriden, 9 inches now at Hartford, 8 at Glastonbury, 10 inches at North Canaan, and again in the west, Southbury 13, Danbury 14, New Milford 15, 11 at Litchfield. So while some areas have been not get very much, Old Saybrook only about 5 or 6 because of the dry hole that was in here for much of the day, most areas have done fairly well for snowfall. Temperatures in the 20s to 19 at Waterbury. So here's 12 hours ago where the storm was, how it was looking, and you can see at the current time we're getting this backlash to come around the storm, and you can see almost the entire state covered by snow, and that's going to continue. Those winds are whipping, gusting to 36 miles an hour at Groton. So there's the storm tonight near Nantucket Island, only moving away ever so slowly during the day tomorrow. So snow continuing tonight into the morning. The heaviest will be tonight. Tomorrow morning it'll start to lighten up, and by the time it's all done, as little as 8 to as much as 18 over the interior. 8 to 10 along the southeast coast, and again the 18 would be over in this area, and a small chance that northeastern Connecticut could get as much as 18 also. Monday looks like a beautiful day. 30 in Hartford tomorrow, 32 New Haven. Snowing tonight in Waterbury, Hartford, and especially in Thompson. You're going to have heavy snow tonight. Flurries in the morning in the 20s and mostly cloudy, 30 in the afternoon. A very windy day tomorrow. Groton, Westbrook, and New Haven. Snow tonight, most of it becoming light, 20s in the morning with flurries, and 32 in the afternoon. After that, it looks like some quiet weather Monday, Tuesday, and rain, and 53. Rain coming in Wednesday night as a milder storm comes along. So this has been a long-duration storm as we expected, and it's not quite done yet.
Now
so
there's talk of rain.
Be careful going
Thanks
home.
a lot, Art. Yes, definitely. The high school football playoffs might have been postponed, but the snowy weather didn't stop UConn fans from seeing Charlie Villanueva play his first game in a Husky uniform. Details coming up. Plus, in near blizzard conditions, 2 college football teams actually played a game today. Brian Shackman has highlights next in sports.
Exceed her expectations with diamonds from Michaels.
Subaru of New England's year-end clearance. Now get 0% financing on all Subaru models and up to $2,000 customer cash back. Plus, special factory dealer incentives make this the time to buy a new Subaru. Subaru, America's #1 selling all-wheel drive vehicle. Subaru of New England's year-end clearance ends January 2nd, 2004. For details and a list of local Subaru dealers, go to newenglandsubaru.com.
Hi, I'm Governor John Rowland. The holiday season is upon us. It's a time of celebration, a time for good friends and good cheer. But the holidays can also bring heartache from injuries and deaths caused by drinking and driving. We all have the power to make this a truly joyous holiday. Drive safely and drive sober. And remember, always wear your seatbelt. Together, we can keep our families and our friends safe. So have a blessed and a happy holiday season.
There's no room for failure at that point. We're down, we're almost out, but we never stop fighting. The most memorable kick of my life.
Ford Super Duty equipped with a Fisher plow is more than a clutch player. During truck season, get the 2004 Ford Super Duty with up to $4,000 cash back, including $1,000 bonus cash on a limited allocation of Super Duties equipped with a plow. Plus, qualified commercial customers are eligible for a $1,000 upfit reimbursement.
Only at your New England Ford dealer.
Think you know everything? Good. Share some of it. Become a mentor.
This mentoring moment proudly sponsored by Connecticut Light and Power, energy for a changing world.
As the #1 Simmons retailer,
Better Bedding has made its best deal ever. For $297, you get a bed frame, Simmons foundation, Simmons Deep Sleep, no-flip mattress, fitted sheet, flat sheet, 2 pillows, 2 pillowcases, and a blanket.
Fuller Queen set just $297.
Only at Better Bedding.
It's been difficult getting a good read on the UConn men so far. The schedule's been soft. Players have been hurt. While Charlie Villanueva, it's a tough name to say, he's been healthy but in street clothes. Tonight against Army, at least the Villanueva situation no longer an issue. As he made his debut for the Huskies after sitting out 6 games, had to wait about 6 minutes but was welcomed warmly and then made an instant impact jump hook, made it 16-0 UConn. Then he shows his versatility with the jumper from three-point land. Finished with 16 points. I'd say that's a pretty good start. The other player worth noting, Emeka Okafor. Career-high 10 blocks for him and led the Huskies with 18 points at 15 rebounds. And Mr. Okafor gets triple-double. Huskies get a blowout, 74-46. In that same 7-game span, the Boston Bruins only have one more win, going 2-3-1-1 in that stretch. Actually, it's one more win than something we had to stop doing, so that doesn't make sense. Playing Philly tonight, just days after getting shellacked 6-0 by Toronto. Hal Gill, Keith Primo argue over who is the better number 25. I'd give it to Gill tonight. Patrice Bergeron throws it out front. Sergei Samsonov throws it in the net. But Philly ties it up in the second. Mark Recchi, it's almost like a turnaround, beats Andrew Raycroft 5-hole. This one ends in a 1-1 tie. AHL scores. Hartford blanks Lowell. Jason LaBarbera with the shutout, while Bridgeport and Hershey skate to a 2-2 tie. Now, major weather forcing major changes in the state football finals. 4 of the 6 state games already postponed tomorrow. They'll decide in the morning if Shelton, Staples in Class L and Double M East, Lyme, and Massac will be played at West Haven High School. Army-Navy was played today, and history was made in the 104th meeting. Watch this great catch by Eric Roberts. It's not history-making, but worth showing nonetheless. It set up his own 2-yard touchdown. Navy wins 34-6, but Army is the one that makes the history. The first Division 1A team ever to lose 13 games in a season. Talk about great snow scenes. Watch this. This is Western Illinois at Colgate in New York State, the 1AA playoffs. Colgate down 6 points late in the fourth quarter. They come back and win it in the snowstorm, and the fans who braved it, they took the goalpost and they carried it with them.
Unbelievable. Thanks a lot, Shaq. And that's going to do it for this edition of NBC 30 Connecticut News at 11. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to wake up with NBC 30 Connecticut News today, beginning at 7 a.m. for the very latest on this winter storm that continues to blanket Connecticut. Have a great night.
Make sure all your important deliveries arrive safely. Drive a Volvo. The Volvo Holiday Sales Event at your Volvo retailer now.
Suppose you buy a mattress and it's uncomfortable. Who are you going to call? The president of the brand name factory? If by some miracle you reach him, he'd just send you back to the store.
So who cares about the brand name label?
Look, my name is on the building and my reputation is on the line. I would never jeopardize our relationship by leaving you unhappy.
It's no surprise. Yours has double the warranty at less than half the price.
Brand name quality without the expensive label.
No contest.
Hey, Chris. What's a good word, Phil? KitchenAid.
This holiday season, Lowe's is the place for appliances. Lowe's has all the best brands, including the very latest from KitchenAid and Bosch, and over 250 brand name major appliances, all in stock. And Lowe's has low prices every day, guaranteed.
Santa must have read my mind.
Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Use your Lowe's card and pay nothing until January 2005 on all purchases of $2.99 or more.